I told you I was going to make it. It was just a matter of time. You know, it was like Frank Sinatra. If I can make it here, I'll make it anywhere.
Yep,
Welcome to
it's up
Moohead
to
Radio.
you.
I'm your host, a big and furry bovine. Joining me in England is Broncola.
Moo.
And nice to see Rick May in the chat room. And the three of us are all that's left because I haven't been around.
Yep, you
You'll
have no
probably
fan
notice.
base. No
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
base
They
whatsoever.
really stick with me, don't they? You know. One thing I can tell you is setting up this. I was supposed to be using this device, and and I don't want to cause trouble for anybody, but the Wave XLR by Elgato, and this thing is. It looks like such a simple little thing, and this thing
Yeah.
really, when you try to use it, it just crawls up your ass sideways. This has got a lot of uh, just a lot of bugs in it, and so
Wow.
I'm sticking with my tried and true Focusrite, and I can see that I'm pegging this a little bit, so I'm gonna hit a little button here if you don't mind. Now that should bring me down a little bit normal. Uh, am I distorting at all?
No, you're not. It's just that your mic is very proximate. Like when you even
Yeah,
slightly move away,
I
you
backed off the gain a
disappear
little.
slightly.
Is this a little better now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
good.
fine.
Uh, but yeah, it's taken a little while to set up the studio. I got a 32-inch monitor, small dick, big monitor. You know how it goes. And I've been here about a week, and it seems like 7 months.
Wow.
Seen the movie The Money Pit. All the things that can go wrong. You know, the
Oh
people
God.
who lived here before, they didn't take care of the pool, and it was green, and
Oh.
Kermit the Frog was fucking in there. I don't know. There's the whole thing. It's just upsetting. David Talevsky, how are you, my friend?
Pretty good, Moo.
Yeah, it's good to see that the core is here. You know,
The
Yep.
core of the fan base.
thank you for your service. Not that kind of core.
You're not sleeping in Cosmo's crate, are you? Or
No, it's Cosmo's dead,
yeah, I know.
unfortunately. Yeah. Topaz.
Topaz. Yeah.
I don't know how quickly they forget. This is me, but with bass now. I have a proximity effect. No.
No.
Yeah.
Topaz. Yeah.
My studio, I share with Topaz's bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, man and dog on same level. I mean, that's the way we work here.
Yeah.
That's how we do things. When I saw the headline of this article, I wanted to piss myself. Okay. I mean, there can be some stupid ass headlines before.
How stupid is it?
Okay, here it is. Exactly when did the Guardians run out of patience with Mike Zunino?
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't have anything in my mouth when I heard that.
It's like, it's like asking me, it's like, exactly when did you realize you couldn't eat garlic anymore? It's like, just about then, I mean, the second you laid eyes on him, how's that for an answer? I mean,
wow.
Can you imagine a guy just sticking around?
Opportunity to reflect on slavery and highlight issues.
Amsterdam, the reason for the secrecy of my location is because of nosy people like you who constantly look into the background of my home and see people, if they're moving around, try to identify them, and you'll never know. That's the beauty of it. You will never know. And I feel safer because I'm further away from you, you creepo. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Wow, turn your TV down there, David. I think you got.
Well, he's trying to get up to the minute news. He knows he's not going to get it here.
Or something.
Yeah, I'll probably just head to another room.
Yeah, this is great. There are many answers. When his weight exceeded his batting average. Yeah, that would be one. when his strikeouts were
He wasn't just
closer to his
bad.
at bats than they were the walks. Right.
He wasn't just bad. He was epically bad. I mean, like bad on a scale hither unknown bad. You know, jeez.
You shouldn't be hurt, Amsterdam. I'm not singling you out. Not at all.
He means that for all of us, really.
I'm just going to leave this alone. Amsterdam's been around a long time. I like Amsterdam. He's a good fella. I'm just screwing around with him. Yeah, the thing that bothered me about Zunino, there are players who are still, they feel they have something to offer, and maybe even if they don't, they put out effort. But I've never seen a lazier catcher behind the plate. The man did not move his feet. I mean, he was literally in iron galoshes back there. He didn't know how to block a ball to save his soul, or he just didn't want to. And I didn't understand it at all. But
you know who would have given up less pass balls? Christopher Reeve after his accident.
Oh no!
He would have just blocked the ball and it would have stayed in front.
Okay, for new viewers, I'm going to do an impersonation for you. Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
impersonation time. That's Christopher Reeve doing the Macarena. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
we've really we've reached an all-time low on the program.
No, we could go lower.
Try Stephen Hawking doing it.
Oh no.
Hawking. Yeah, that would be him dribbling out.
I don't even want to go there.
They're all dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. And you know what? The Black Cow of Death killed the girl from Ipanema the other week. So.
Oh, what was her name? Gertrude?
Astrid Gilberto.
Yeah, Astrid Gilberto.
Yes.
Just another dead celebrity. And Jamie Foxx is still playing pickleball. Yeah, right.
Wow.
I mean, just because it's a seniors-based game. I mean, have you ever seen people play pickleball before?
No, not in person. No, we don't have that sort of thing here.
They're trying to install one up around my neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. The thwacking of the little wiffle ball with the paddle, it is so annoying.
How annoying is it?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's just like, make it stop. Amsterdam says the Astro game was the death knell, actually, for Zunino. No. He allowed 6 stolen bases, 2 baseballs, and a strikeout with bases loaded. Yeah. I mean,
that's epic.
That's his epic version of the golden sombrero. Yeah. We ask questions like this all the time, Rick. Who would win the stare down, Christopher Reeve or a Hawking?
Was an inspired decision.
And
I don't know. It's a tough one.
But it just killed me. The whole Zunino thing is, maybe he has one more year left in him, which is why Carlos Santana still bounces around. Is he still in the league?
Is he still alive? Yeah.
I have no
idea.
You wonder. And I noticed that wherever, I guess the Pirates have kind of sat our catcher from last year, Austin Hedges, Naughton Powers. They sat him because they brought up their top, prospect. And now Bo Naylor, who's not to be mistaken for Bo Jackson, is going to get his chance behind the plate because he has the best situation because you can't really look bad compared to Zunino. I mean, this is a man who struck out so prodigiously, numbers-wise, and was as slow as Ron Hassey. It's really a very potent combination. I've never seen. I mean, ran like he had shit in his pants. So, yeah. When I ran out of patience with Zunino, is he was so far behind fastballs. He was guessing on because his bat was slow. Really poor. Really poor.
Wow.
So at any rate, I suppose that's that. Now we'll move into stuff that you really want to hear about.
And now for the next
Again! Yeah.
Let me pull a rabbit out of that.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Brunk. Running back coach Stump Mitchell believes that Jerome Ford is capable of doing anything and everything in his second season. And what's interesting about this, he said, and this is an interesting quote, I think he could also do a hell of a lot more than Gerald Ford did. And he can stay on his feet.
Henry Ford,
So they're putting their money on Jerome Ford
Harrison
to be the
Ford.
Harrison Ford. Yeah. So in his second year, he's going to get a chance to back up Nick Chubb. And, I kind of liked what I saw from him in limited opportunities. And there were limited opportunities for Kareem Hunt as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there was very few opportunities for the backup running backs because of the wonky offense that we insist on running in Cleveland. Here's what Stump Mitchell said. Jerome's got a skill set that allows him to do anything and everything. Run game coordinator, running backs coach, Stump Mitchell said. Pass protection. We've worked a lot with him on that because he didn't do that a lot in Cincinnati, and you can imagine why. They never passed the ball. They didn't pass the ball to Cincinnati. They passed the ball a lot in the NFL in Cincinnati, but I'm not going to say anything bad about Joe Burrow because he's good. He's good. He's good, okay? But I'm not going to sit here and lick Kenny Pickett's butt. I'm not going to do that.
That's what Steeler fans are for.
That's what for?
That's what Steeler fans are for.
Yeah, got to be about something.
If Jerome Ford can do everything, does that mean that we're going to see him on a 3rd down and 3 halfback option pass that's a fade into the end
Don't
zone?
laugh. This is really depressing. I'm back to the numbers that I used to have of viewers when I first started the program 23 years ago. They forget about you, It's like, I have a life. Come on.
Still alive. I'm alive.
Yeah. Plus, it's the death period of the year.
Oh, I mean, the only sport that's going on is not happening in America. There's cricket going on, and even the soccer season's winding down. So,
well, Women's World Cup is actually starting up next month.
I want to be
honest. World Cup, I think.
I got to be honest with you. I don't even have a television right now.
Yeah, well, you're not missing anything.
No. I mean, they took the televisions that were theirs, the people who owned the house before, but they left these TV mounts on the walls.
Oh, right.
And so one is good because it's in the bedroom, and that's where I'm getting a television for my bedroom first. And then the great rooms, the whole thing's going to have to be changed around. You got to put up a bigger TV above the mantle where it was supposed to be in the first place. I don't know. They put a mount in the far wall of the great room and it wasn't centered. I don't know what they were thinking. They must have been drinking, but be that as it may. So I'm not watching any of these games right now at all. So
that's why it's better to buy a TV stand. We don't have any TVs mounted here.
Yeah, mounting it works in the great room, and the reason I'm doing it in the bedroom is because it's there, and I can center the TV that way, and it pulls out, it articulates closer.
Ooh,
so
good word.
Yeah, I don't need a big TV in there. I have 55-inch TV in the bedroom, 8 feet away. That's fine.
Big enough.
I've never heard that great room before. Well, what's a not so great room if that's the great room?
Oh, that's what they call the shitter. but
you've heard
the not so
great
great room is better. Oh God, I gotta go to the not so great room.
The great room always has a moose with antlers hanging on the wall above the fireplace. You know,
I
that
have
you
no
sip your pork.
dead animals. I mean, can you imagine Topaz? No,
No!
I mean, that would just be absolute.
Yeah, you need a big moose above the fireplace. You know.
No, because that's the kind of thing that's going to get me to start doing the Bullwinkle impression, which aggravates everybody.
Except for
Everybody
me.
gets pissed off about that. Next, the Browns are eager to use Elijah Moore's exceptional skills. As a wide receiver, I think we'd have taken Roger Moore, and he's been dead for over a decade.
He's been dead. Yeah.
So
Dudley
Maybe
Moore
Clayton
even.
Moore.
Dudley Moore.
Clayton
That's
Moore.
the guy we usually have who's like 5'5", you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger.
Moore. Yes.
Clayton, you're right.
Clayton
Kimo
Moore.
Sabi.
Yeah.
That was the most insulting program of all time. Me say yes, Kimo Sabi. It's like they didn't talk like that.
No.
Couldn't you see a 1950s television mentality in a 1970s porn movie with a Native American? Me want 'em, fuck you. I mean,
Yeah.
there's something really wrong with the whole thing. Really wrong.
Everything's just wrong.
But, Elijah Moore has done a nice job in non-contact situations. I mean, we're still in non-contact, so I haven't missed anything, folks. Not anything. They've run him all over the field in the slot as an outside receiver. He even ran out of the backfield for a flea flicker double reverse. Go down on your girlfriend, kick the ball through the uprights kind of play.
Yeah.
And then he starts to play from the backfield, and then he gets sent back to the in motion to go to a normal receiver position, which fakes nobody out, but Kevin Stefanski thinks it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's great. I went grocery shopping, and the guy's going on about the Browns, and he's saying he and a woman are talking as she's checking her groceries out. I don't know what he was checking out, but she was checking her groceries out. And, they were talking about the Browns, and they could only agree on one thing. Well, Deshaun Watson better be good. And I'm like, oh, and so I interrupted them. And I said, I think Kevin Stefanski had better be good, because if you're going to get mad now at Deshaun Watson, and you're still okay with Kevin Stefanski, then something's really terribly wrong. Yeah, my feeling is that if it doesn't get turned around, it isn't going to be Deshaun Watson who pays the price. It's going to be Kevin Stefanski.
That's the consensus.
That's the way it works, folks. That's the way it's always worked.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, Amsterdam. I haven't had acne since I was a teenage. Oh wait, I'm reading that wrong. Oh yeah, no, actually, I passed an acme, and
no way.
Wasn't that the name of the company that Wile E. Coyote used?
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and everything would blow up in his face because it never worked. Yep. So I didn't go in to the acme store.
Did you go to Giant Eagle? Was there a Giant Eagle?
Giant Eagle, I have a name for. And it started with Giant Beagle. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we've heard someone call it that before.
All right. But now it's taken on a life of its own, like Massive Irradiated Beagle.
Big fucking beagle.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, I actually drove by an Acme. I said, God, I haven't seen one of those in how long? That's a long, long time.
I don't think they have Lawson's anymore. So you can't do the big O.
They do in Japan.
They have Lawson's in Japan.
Yes, but it's not really affiliated with the ones that were up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Get that juice up to Hiroshima. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was wrong. It's
You're not gonna
totally
do
insensitive.
bad accents.
Wow.
Well, you know.
One man sleep while the other man. It's like, no. Yeah, but I do hear that there is still an availability for Chip Chop Ham. That there is
Yeah.
a company who actually still sells that.
Yeah.
Isley's, I believe.
What is it?
Isley's.
Isley's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I bet you what we thought was so good was just so full of carcinogenic chemicals.
That's what made it good, though.
I know. It had
Eagle
that
does have some.
cancer-causing taste.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Giant Eagle don't have some. That's where we normally get it.
They have what?
The Chip Chop Ham.
At the gigantic irradiated beagle?
Yes.
Really? Just in the luncheon meat counter?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. I guess they call it the deli, which is insulting
Yeah.
to a Jewish person.
It would be.
I mean, it's like, there
You're
is
triggered.
nothing about that horrible chemical shit that has anything to do with that deli. I know this.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why you can eat the Chip Chop Ham, because it's totally kosher, I imagine.
I don't-
There's no pork.
There's not
in
a bit of pork in it.
There's no pork in it whatsoever.
Well, you know,
But Chance, which Acme was it that you drove by, Moo?
Oh
Oh,
God!
he's not
It's not
gonna
like I
reveal that.
remembered. It's not like I put it on my phone and said, "Remember this place." I mean, but it was. I want to say it was somewhere. Oh, let me see if I can even. It might be in the eastern part of Akron, maybe.
Wow.
Like I'm heading toward Barberton.
Probably East Avenue then in the Kenmore area.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not that familiar with the area yet, but I'm driving and I'm learning all the ways to get to the suburbs of Cleveland and all the ways to get to the one side of Akron and the other side of Akron. It's really kind of.
I wouldn't
Kinda
drive through
cool.
Kenmore unless you had an armored vehicle.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, has anybody here ever eaten Barberton chicken?
No.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, there's some. I guess there's something special about Barberton chicken. A friend of mine was telling me that he doesn't like it because it's slimy, and that doesn't sound real appetizing. But
Well, if they
you
put
know.
it in a paper bag and you can see the grease coming out of it, that means it's fucking good.
Yeah. Now here's what Chad O'Shea said about Elijah Moore. He's very unique in that he can play multiple roles.
Chad
He has a
OJ.
great. Yeah. This is what's really interesting. He has a great skill set physically, but the thing that's been most impressive is his ability to function mentally across all the spots we've put him in. In other words, master of none.
Yeah. They're trying to find a place to play him.
Jack of all trades. You know, I just want. There's something good to be said about George Foreman. Not much, but there's some good stuff to be said about George Foreman, and that is if he hit you, you died.
You're dead. You're dead.
Okay, that's a bang, like a sack of potatoes. You hit the ground.
At least you're not one of his sons, because otherwise he would just name you George Foreman.
You're right, exactly. And talk about messing some kid's life up for the rest of his life. So this is a thing with, you know, the Cleveland Browns with centers who can play guard, that can play tackle. You know, this jack of all trades. We're going to need something really serious at the wide receiver position, and we unfortunately don't have one. Amsterdam is saying Belgrade chicken. They use capon roosters. Oh God. I'm getting advice here. Somebody told me that Giuseppe's is really good. I don't know. I'm just mentioning things that people tell me. I mean, I wouldn't know shit. I just got here, you know.
Amsterdam mentioned Luigi's. I was there like, God, how long ago was that? That was like years ago.
Oh, really? Never
Yeah.
went back, huh?
Well, it was just we never got around to it. It was all right, but
Yeah, I
something
mean, I wish I could put this up on the screen. I suppose I can try to share a screen.
Ooh.
If I remember, I don't even remember how in the hell to do this. How do you do that, Bronk? You used to do
I
this.
used to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Let's go in the set.
I have
There was a way to do
settings.
this.
Maybe it's in settings.
No, there was
No,
no.
it's not. No.
Oh, that's me. You've gone away now. If you go into present, where it says mute StarCam settings present, and then click share screen.
Look,
but you're gone.
you do.
You popped out of the thing, but there is a way to do it. You know the little menu at the bottom where it says, well, on mine it says mute StarCam settings.
Yes.
Present. Click on present, and then it'll say share screen.
Let's see. Share screen.
I don't know whether I can do it because I don't know whether you allow any of us knuckleheads to share screens. I wouldn't if I were
let's
you.
see. Share screen. And all right, I think I can share this.
Yeah.
Why are they so happy with this artist
It looks like
rendition?
an S&M dog, doesn't it? With the little spikes on the collar. I mean, is that? Yeah, is this name Gimpy?
I mean, this is something that would greet you with 3 heads in hell.
Cerberus.
Yeah, right. There you go. Good memory. Yeah, this kills me. And this is the new dog logo has officially been selected by the fans and players. What are you all smoking? God, make that stop. All right, let's stop the screen before I scream.
They probably had some shit other alternatives, so.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but if that is the best they can come up with, I mean, I understand they're working with a problem, a image problem. They want to toughen their image because they don't do it on the field. I get that. And Paramjot Sandhu says,
I think that's Tony the Calf, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know who this is. By the way, if you're from Ohio, Paramjot, do you know a place with a really good vindaloo? Let's see. If he's from the area, he'd know.
He would know, yeah.
He would know. All right. I love me a good vindaloo. Yes, I do. The winning logo is option number 2 in the final round, created by Houston Mark, a designer who, oddly enough, has Parkinson's disease. This is
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, that's what I don't want him to sing is Lionel Richie's Still.
Oh, dear.
I know this is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Robin Zinn is saying to me, drive down Arlington Road looking for action. Okay. Well, thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, make sure you have $25 with you, too.
That would help.
He means the north part of Arlington.
Hey, Christopher Milton Sr., how are you? Nice to see you. And it's good to be back. That's for sure. I guess he doesn't have the answer to the question.
No.
Depends where you live in Ohio. Well, I mean, just tell me in Akron, Cleveland, what's the best Indian food?
He probably knows in Hibbing, Minnesota. He probably knows.
Yeah, that would, I think he's been outed. So at any rate, enough. I'm not going to make fun of the artist anymore. And this is how bad it gets, folks. 3 standouts from Brown's mini camp. Now, how can you be a standout when nobody's touching each other? This is kind of like a pandemic version.
It's like a
football.
Kaz Tadano porn movie where nobody touches each other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like they're not even pulling a flag out of somebody, you know? And Elijah Moore. This is like Jalen Darden. He's a guy.
Darden.
Yeah, he's a 4th
Michigan?
round pick by the Buccaneers in 2021. He caught Watson's longest pass of the day on Tuesday during 7-on-7 drills. So I mean, and for that reason, he wins the virtual coffee mug, right?
Wow.
So he was number 2, and number 3 was Zadarius Smith. And the only thing that was interesting about Zadarius Smith was he was positioned differently. Rather than being an edge rusher, he was lined up in the interior sometimes throughout drills.
Right.
The other big defensive end, Ogbo the Clown, Ogbo Okoronkwo. This is terrible. The other big
We're just insulting every single group
know.
going today. They're all gonna. But if anybody watched this, they'd be well offended, wouldn't they? No one watches this.
But Okoronkwo was on the other end, the other side of Myles Garrett, and so Darius Smith was working inside, and they're just looking to get Myles Garrett with some possible favorable matchups, which has been harder and harder to do, just because Myles Garrett gets tired by the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and it's warm out too. How hot is it there?
Oh, really not that bad. Today was warm. I'll give it that. It was probably about 84 degrees today, and a little bit more humid. So today, but I mean, before that, it was chilly. I mean, it was really cold.
I got a suggestion for you. You know what you should do? Just get a little portable radio, and you can still listen to Tom Hamilton, and then you can still get on with your unboxing of stuff. And that way you can do work and feel like you're following the Indians or the Guardians or the Spiders or whoever they're called at the same time. You know
what I was thinking of doing? You know how they do those unboxing videos on YouTube?
Oh,
yeah. I was going to do that with my move and just go, and oh, wow, look, my condoms. I was wondering where the hell they were,
Wow.
Do a real unboxing kind of thing,
Exactly.
So, something, Rick, I kid because I love.
Yes.
Yeah, and Josh Naylor's been hitting
Naylor.
here. Yeah, he is starting to, he's gotten hot. And same thing with Walter Brennan. Just trying to hit the ball. Why is he starting to sound like a parrot? I'm Walter Brennan. But Brennan really has. He got off to a horribly slow start. And last I checked, he was like at 271. So doing better. Yeah, doing better. But as a team, I can't believe they're sucking the big moose like this, and we're still only 2.5 games behind Minnesota. It's like, is anybody ever going to pick it up and get it done in that division?
This is like the NFC East or whatever it was a couple of years ago. Yeah. Everyone sucks.
All of these articles. Here's Terry Pluto. Is there reason to have confidence in Deshaun Watson? And to that, I say, just don't jerk off on my kids, leave me alone. And then they asked Mary Kay Cabbagehead, should Deshaun Watson make a public statement about his progress on and off the field? Now, come on.
No.
I mean,
Go
that is the most
away.
ignorant question that I've
Why
ever
don't
heard.
she make a statement about her progress off the field?
Anything for a headline. Anything for a headline. I'll read this because it's funny as hell.
Okay.
Hey, MKC. We
Hey,
know that the
hey,
national
Quincy.
media does not hold Deshaun Watson in high regard for the reasons we know about. I even think the Cleveland fans still have some doubts, not only about his football ability, but also about his character. Do you think a public statement by Deshaun about his progress both on and off the field would help his public image? Other star athletes with issues have been forgiven and continued with very successful careers. Here's her comment. Hey, John, it might make some sense for Watson to make such a statement when his 2 remaining civil cases are resolved. Currently, he still faces a possible trial in at least one of them. So the rapist would have to wait until that's either settled or finalized. I did ask him at the start of the offseason why he didn't come after me. That was at least a sign that he's made progress, and his NFL mandated treatment is that he hasn't knocked at my door during the entire offseason. As far as his off the field development, well, I witnessed his development in the locker room after one of the games. You know, I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing. If somebody is talking to a therapist, that's confidential shit.
It is, yes.
I mean,
Meant to
don't
be.
regular people know this shit? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
commonly known. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Wow. And why did that question sound like it was written by the Penthouse Forum people from 1975? You know?
Yeah, it is. I don't get it at all.
Oh, there you go, Rick.
That's right. It's just let it go already, man. Let's just see how it plays out.
You know what? Whenever you mention her name, you should say the award-winning Mary Kay Cabbagehead. You know, to give her just due.
No,
The award-winning.
you know, I like to juxtapose headlines. The headline was Guardians swing their way into the light and 12-3 win over Diamondbacks. Sorry, that was, yes, you know, old news.
Wow.
But I wanted to I shouldn't even do this.
You probably shouldn't then, if you're having second thoughts.
Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer, yeah. He
swings his way.
He's a man of great character. He is.
Oh, yeah, he just swings away. All right. Just he chokes and hits at the same time and gets a tap out every time. I know. I mean, there's another woman who stepped forward, and you know, they asked what evidence she had, and her face was totally blue because she hadn't been breathing.
Oh.
I mean, Trevor Bauer. I mean, you know, it's amazing. You know, Cleveland fans have nothing to say about him, but they got all kinds of things to say about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, you know, the only thing that got choked was his chicken. Okay,
Allegedly.
Make it
stop. Make it.
And for those who are in a cave and don't know how to get out, Bradley Beal was traded to the Phoenix Suns by the Washington Wizards.
Is he still alive? I mean, like,
Bradley Beal could be a good piece for a team like the Suns. He still has a very good, reliable 3-point shot, and will give them scoring ability. And you know, let's be honest, he's not going to help you defensively. But now they have a big 3 of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. They still won't win because you've got to be a team. You got to be a whole, not just a bunch of parts. But you know, so that's I thought that was interesting. If nothing else,
they gave up Chris Paul to get him, and now they think Chris Paul is going to head to the Lakers.
Well, that would make sense. So you know, he and LeBron could spend more time picnicking in the off season. Yeah. You know, this really killed me.
Okay.
And I don't know anything about this. A Dutch court has sentenced Spartak Moscow striker Quincy Promes in absentia to 18 months for assault in connection with a fight in which he stabbed his cousin in the knee. I guess that would make him a striker, wouldn't it?
It would.
I mean, what a coinky dink.
Yeah.
I just get a kick out of doing what I do, whatever the hell that is. This is the worst story that I could come up with.
How bad is it?
Yeah, he said it like this. Turn blue, group. Remember, turn
Scratch
blue.
glass, climb walls.
Yeah. He had a great voice. And he didn't have to use a microphone like this to get it.
Oh, yeah, that was Ernie Anderson, the first one. Then
Ernie Anderson. The Ghoul.
Or the Ghoul. You know,
The Ghoul was, poor imitation, but Goulardi was like the king.
Well, that makes sense why ABC hired him to be their network voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was the Love Boat. I can actually do that now. The Love Boat. Yeah. The Braves are a real class organization, all right? They DFA'd Charlie Culberson. Now, this may mean nothing to you.
It means nothing to me. Oh, Vienna.
Right. And as I can't believe they did this. They DFA'd him on the exact day that his father had been scheduled to throw out the first pitch on Father's Day.
Oh, boy.
That's cold.
It is cold. I mean, it's like, couldn't they have waited a day?
No.
Oh, my God. Instead, the father of Braves outfielder Michael Harris II handled the first pitch because, of course, his father said, no, fuck no, I'm not throwing out. And if I do throw the first pitch out, I'm going to throw it at the owner's booth. Fuck that shit.
I think they should have let him throw out the first pitch.
The weird part of it is that Culberson, at 34 years of age, had not even made any appearances for Atlanta since being called up May 19th.
Wow.
So, meanwhile, the guy they brought up to replace Culberson,
Yeah.
his name is, let's see if Tromp is his last name. Donald Trump. No. Chadwick Tromp. I mean, Chadwick. We have good news for you, Chadwick. You're being called up. Well, this guy's great. He's 28 years old, and he batted a 125 in 6 games this season with Atlanta. And he was called up from AAA Gwinnett.
Gwinnett,
so,
yes.
Yeah, more great news because you get it here last. Yeah, this is a story I was telling you about. The Pirates' #1 pick, Henry Davis, moving up to the majors, but I don't think that's true because it's the Pirates. I'm not sure that's the majors. But at any rate, manager Derek Shelton made the announcement and said catchers Austin Hedges and Jason DeLay will remain on the major league roster. So that's where Austin Hedges is. And, I don't know what he's hitting. Why don't you look up what Austin Hedges is hitting and compare it to Zedino? No, I'm serious.
Okay, all right.
I think it would be interesting to find out because we were getting absolutely nothing out of our catching offensively, but we had 2 guys who could handle the pitchers pretty well. And then we ended up with somebody who couldn't hit or handle the pitchers.
Right, Austin Hedges has 120 at-bats, 21 hits, 1 home run, batting a hefty 175, 10 runs, 12 RBIs, 1 stolen base.
Wow.
And a WAR of minus 0.7. So
and who was our other catcher?
Oh, God.
Was it
now you're
last year? Because Roberto Perez was the year before. But who was the back? Who was sharing?
I know. Rick Mail now. He knows all this shit.
Hey, Rick. Who was the backup catcher to Austin Hedges last year? I don't even remember. I don't think anybody remembers. I think people just try to forget.
Oh.
I'm trying real hard. Who's the best Cleveland owner in your guys' opinion? I think it's Dan. He's the only one with a ring.
Yeah, I would say it's not somebody I'd want to hang out with, but yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, but
no, don't say anything bad. He's probably
no. It's
Black Hawk deaths after him anyway.
It's been a horrible, horrible, horrible period of time for him and his health and his son.
Exactly.
Luke Maley. Luke
Maley.
Yeah.
There you go. Who came up with that? I'm still
Amsterdam. He didn't. He just mailed in his performances. I know they're gonna get bad jokes. That's all you're gonna get out of this. Oh God.
Well, that's why I'm here to help.
Meanwhile, the Twins are an even 500.
Got Zunino here. Very comparable. He's got a WAR of minus 0.9 in 124 at bats, 22 hits, 3 home runs, batting average of 177.
Fantastic.
Scored 11 runs and 11 RBIs.
Major League Baseball is fantastic.
Him and Austin Hedges have the same stats, but I bet Austin Hedges has better fielding stats than Mike Zunino. I would be willing to bet my.
But look at the Central, the American League Central.
Yeah.
The Twins are 36 and 36. They're 21 and 17 at home, 15 and 19 away, right?
Yeah.
They're the only team who has a plus differential.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? But listen to the teams in the division. The Twins are 5-5 in their last 10. The Guardians are 5-5. The Tigers are 4-6. The White Sox are 3-7. And the Kansas City Royals are 1-9 and have a 19-52 record. They're going for the 100-loss season easily.
Wow. They are.
So that's
they've got a differential. No, you know what? Who's got the worst differential in the league? The Oakland
Athletics.
Be lost. They're minus 203, which is
when they lose,
epic.
man, they seriously lose. That's what that tells me.
Wow.
All right, a little bit more to this show, and then I'm sitting on this horrible dining room chair, and God, it digs right into my ass, and it's very uncomfortable. Draymond Green declines player option to become a free agent. Here's a guy you do not want.
Absolutely.
Does he think he's going to get paid or something? Is that why he declined his option?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a guy who, he looked so much better than what he was just because of who he played around.
Yep.
He was the guy who was their enforcer. I just consider him a piece of filth. But be that as it may, yeah, he's going to take his chances. He declined the $27.6 million player option for next season, and he's going to hit the free agency waters. It's amazing.
Wow.
I wanted to finish off the program today with kind of an inspirational story.
Oh, what, like a Jerry Springer homily?
No, just a story that, makes you remember.
Okay.
All right. This is coming out of Birmingham, England. The Birmingham Classic is a tennis tournament that's played over there.
Yeah.
And at age 43 and ranked number 697, Venus Williams upset 48th ranked Camilla Giorgi. And the thing that's incredible about it, 7-6, 4-6, 7-6, a more than 3-hour match.
Wow.
And the 43-year-old prevailed. It was her first victory over a player in the top 50 in 4 years.
Wow.
People just kind of, they still, talk about Serena and all this, but they'd forgotten about Venus. And it's just it's a wonder because she was out for 6 months this year with a hamstring injury that she got in the Auckland, New Zealand tournament in the very first week of the year. And last week she lost to a 17-year-old in the Netherlands. And here's what she said. There were so many moments where I thought this match is over. Then she'd hit a shot from out of nowhere. She pushed me to be better than I thought I could be, and it's great. I haven't played a lot of matches, and it's great to come through. You bet it is, because you have no idea. I played a 3.5-hour match against a teaching pro up in Vermont, and I can tell you that when you leave the court, and it was in a tournament, he was from Brookhaven, Massachusetts, but had a lot of friends in the greater Stowe, Vermont area. Real good guy, good player. And it just went on. We were playing on an indoor court over at Top Notch Resort because it was raining so hard outside. But it was raining so hard they had to close the doors so that water wouldn't leak into the indoor courts. And there was no air to breathe. And I was out there 3.5 hours with this guy. So help me God, when I got out and I managed to make my way out to the car, and I just sat there and laughed. There was nothing. I mean, it was like, this is the dumbest thing I had ever done in my life. And of course, the next day I had to play again in the tournament.
Ugh.
And so I played Mike Tazzy, who's a great guy and the teaching pro at the Stowe Tennis Club, and a great skier to boot. Really good guy. And it was 3-3 in the first set, and man, the bottom fell out. And I didn't win a game for the rest of the match. I ended up losing 6-3, 6-0. I walked back to go to the bathroom, and I have like a mini seizure of dehydration. I hadn't drank enough.
Grim.
And oh yeah, it was grim. You have no idea at the level of play for a 43-year-old to win a 3+ hour match in a competitive professional setting is nothing short of remarkable. So I wanted to, that's for all you older athletes out there, there are still stories of people who are getting it done.
It's been warm here too. I mean, it's been, upper 70s up in Birmingham for when that would have gone on if it happened over the weekend. So, yeah, that would have been not like pleasant weather to play in. So,
pretty remarkable stuff. But I got to get out of here now because I got more work to do here and
here in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
So you got to give us the Dick Goddard weather forecast for the Woolly Bears. I mean, as a sign off.
Yeah, with this mic, I might be able to pull This is Dick Goddard, and it's so nice to be with you. The buzzards are shitting all over Hinckley. Can somebody get them to stop, please? And the Woolly Bear Festival is coming up, as you well know. I was taking a look outside, and through the smog, because of those motherfucking Canadian fires, you can't even see your next door neighbor, which is good because when he takes his clothes off, you can see his schmeckle. This is Dick Goddard saying, enjoy the weather. Yeah.
Enjoy the weather.
All right. Well, happy Juneteenth to everybody.
Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, I think the white people should be working today. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You know how much I appreciate people showing up and listening. And we're back on track. We'll see you again on Friday, and we'll have whatever there is to talk about. So thanks for watching. And until next time, hasta la vista, Pasture Heads. Good night.
Bye.